welcome to another fantabulous DIY Upcycled Refashionista house tour. Now, I have done a few of these over the years as I've moved a few times within the past few years. The first one was my absolutely fantastic vintage house in Berlin, Germany. I will put the links down below to all of these if you're interested in checking them all out. Next, well, is a bit of a story behind that. Since returning to my home country of Canada after 22 years of living and working abroad, in late-ish 2016, we've actually had to move to 3 different properties. Now, unfortunately, the first one turned out to be total BS from the listing that was online. And unfortunately for that one, we did have to take it sight unseen because we needed somewhere to live once we arrived in Toronto. So yeah, that arrival was quite an eye-opening shock as it was completely not what was listed online, and it was filthy. And the second bathroom turned out to be a toilet in the concrete floor in the unfinished basement. That's it. That was what they were calling a second bathroom. Anyway, so next we thought we had found a fantastic house. It was by a wonderful school, yada yada yada. I'll put the link to that video down below. We did live in our last property for over a year, I believe, and did a whole bunch of restoration work, ripped off all of the wallpaper, repainted everything. It was just, we did a lot of work, which unfortunately isn't compensated in Canada. Different laws than in Germany. Yeah, so I'll put the link below to that whole debacle video. But yeah, we ended up moving out of there because we found out our landlords were spying on us. Yes, you did hear that right. We were being spied on by our landlords. So that's kind of creepy and a really good reason to move out. Thankfully, though, now we live in a rather groovy little property and have managed to once again make it completely our own. And this time up here, so far to have really cool landlords, and so fingers crossed that everything keeps going well, and we can stay here for quite a while. That is something else that is different between North America and Europe. In Europe, it's very common for people to rent their properties for a lifetime, at the very least for decades. But in North America, it seems to be more common that people, you know, your goal is to buy a property. Now, I was out of the country for 22 years, so buying a property is not at all in the cards for me. And I actually have no interest in sinking money into a house that I may or may not be happy to live in for any length of time. Anywho, so let's get started with this current house tour and all of the upcycles, DIYs, and trash to treasure tutorials that I have for you.
This is Confessions of a Refashionista.
So let's start with the little foyer here, and this fantastic tapestry I created from a bunch of vintage kimono scraps, and this table was found in the trash, and yeah, then I painted it and covered it with more of those fantastic kimono scraps, and it looks absolutely fabulous under my tapestry. So moving right along. Oh, hi. There is a mirror here. Of course, there's mirrors everywhere in my house. This was also found in the trash, and yeah, then we just simply painted it up, and it's just, you know, a perfect mirror. Popping up the stairs to the main part of the the house. Here, this is a plant hanger that we found in the trash, and now it, you know, is by the door here holding the hats and scarves. Over here, these were old IKEA tables that got chopped in half so they would fit perfectly in this small space beside the door and the windows here, and it's just fantastic for the little plants. Now, where's the other half of the tables? Let's go look. All right, here's another trash to treasure find that yeah, got recovered, and of course a paint job. La la. And here are those other two tables, quite close to where the other halves live down there. But yeah, it again is just a nice little kind of detail here under this little window, and by the door to the balcony. You know, again, an awkward space, but those little half tables fit there perfectly. Moving on to the kitchen. Just kind of a typical kitchen. If we're still here next summer, which fingers crossed we will be, we plan on painting the cupboards white. And those are real marble countertops, so that's kind of cool. This lovely table fits in this table nook perfectly, and I scored that from a garage sale. Some of the artwork and vintage decor from Germany, and of course my fantastic Star Wars light fixture that you know, just had to have. Over here is some more trash to treasure finds. This was just a fireplace frontage that was in the garbage, and brought it home, and it kind of fits here perfectly with the recycling and the trash underneath it. And again, I thought to paint it, but then I thought, hey, wait a minute, the gold that is on here looks grand with the gold on my DIY dinosaur containers and the gold on this vintage thrift store from Germany, and the gold here on this inherited vintage picture from Germany, and on this fabulous vintage wooden shoe. So yeah, put it all together, and it's just kind of a neat little corner in the kitchen there. Oh, there's another trash to treasure upcycle that the kiddo and I did. Last year we found that chair in the trash around Christmas time, so she wanted to make a Christmas chair, and that's exactly what we did. What else do we have? Even my little fruit stand here was found in the trash, and brought it home, cleaned it up, and it looks great. La la. We can go into, should we go in the living room this side? Let's go the other side. Now over here, the living room. And this is actually full of furniture that came over with us from Germany, as well as trash to treasure finds. This fab bit of art I made years ago in Germany, and all it is a piece of vintage curtain stapled around a DIY scrap wood frame. And this fab-tastic spinning wheel actually was another trash find, which is just boggles my mind that somebody threw this out. It's in perfect working condition. There's that fantastic vintage chest from Tante Uschi. I shall put the link below to that little article I wrote all about that. Here, ooh, this lovely Schrank in German, and I can't think of the English word, of course not, but again, it came over with us from Germany. It's absolutely beautiful, and unfortunately there was another one, but we just couldn't afford to send that one with us. Thankfully, our landlords left this wonderful buffet, I still use German, sorry, for us in the house. And yeah, it goes perfectly with the rest of our fantastic vintage furniture from Germany here, like these little shells. There's some souvenirs and stuff I brought from Japan. This old sewing table, if you've been following me for a few years, you may remember this was a tutorial from Germany as well on how to recover the top of vintage wooden furniture. And I really thought this was just going to be temporary, but it has seriously lasted. And again, I'll put the link below so you can see exactly how I fixed up that damaged top. Inside, this lovely old, I still can't remember the name, Schrank is my collection of vintage pottery that I just love. All of these little knick-knacky type things. Unfortunately, we can't use a lot of them because of how they were made in the very olden days, you know, with lead paints, etc. But they definitely look pretty when, you know, when they're displayed under the glass. Oh yes, and all of the cookbooks, secondhand, of course. Did we look here at the fantastic caricature faces again I made years ago when my kiddo was still a baby and my dog was still a puppy? Yeah, there's that coffee can lampshade still going strong. What else can I show you here? More stuff that came over from Germany. This set of tables here was created a few years ago in Germany from one big table. Again, I will put the link below. And then, of course, recreated the table into two side tables and painted them in my own very unique style. Here is the vintage radio that, again, another trash to treasure find. And can just open the door here. DVD player, stereo, everything fits in there nicely. And it's just a super unique, you know, little entertainment area that we have going on over there. Also, the side tables were again found in the trash, sanded down, and yeah, they're the perfect purpley match to that wonderful entertainment center. And here's that chair that when we first came back to Canada, I found in the trash and recovered it. Again, I'll put the link to the tutorial below. Here is a Ottoman, again, another, I think, garage sale find that I took it all apart and totally repainted and recovered it as well. Moving along. Alrighty, let's go down the little hallway here to the main bathroom. And so here in this one, there's not too many DIYs, but there are a few, like this wonderful upcycled trash to treasure medicine cabinet that I redid. And yeah, it's still growing strong and looking fine. There we have some of my DIY liquid soap in, of course, an upcycled mason jar dispenser. This fab little painting here is from a flea market in Germany, and we got that, yeah, quite a few years ago. And yeah, it came over with us. Some more artwork from Germany that graces our bathroom walls. And I think, yeah, not super exciting, you know, it's just a bathroom. Oh, this mirror also came with us from Germany. And onto the kiddos' room. This groovy scrap fabric flower was created for my kiddo when she was still just a wee tiny toddler by the Recreations Project in the UK. So look, Stacy, thank you very much. It is still going strong and made it all the way to Canada with us. So as we say in Germany, my kiddo's room is klein aber fein, which is small but lovely. And yeah, those polka dot curtains are still going strong again. All of these tutorials will be appearing down below in links. Here is a trash to treasure find shelf that I repainted, and yeah, the splatter paint technique really is, you know, popular in her room. She's loving it. Here is her toy box from Germany that we brought over, and again, that was found in a thrift store, and I painted it, and again, it's still looking great. The same, her octopus that I made out of her old baby tights, her dinosaur cushion, and of course the doll that is her personalized doll from Anna in Italy. Thank you so much. Grazie mille, Anna. It is still a much loved toy. Here is her latest creation by Mummy in her room. This desk, which I did share recently on Instagram, the before, it was literally an old sewing table that I found by the side of the road. And yeah, everything got kind of taken apart. It did have the mechanism inside, but unfortunately was missing the sewing machine. This chair as well was even a trash to treasure find, and got the splatter paint technique on that as well. But yeah, this desk was a labor of love, but absolutely worth it. So let us see what replaced the interior mechanisms here. Ta-da! A fab little bit of storage, secret storage, if you will, that, yeah, she, you know, puts all of her little homework stuff and stickers and yeah, I think this is definitely one of those upcycles that, whenever we do move, must come with us because it is so fabulous and she absolutely loves it. Again, here, all of these little shelves are trash finds that, you know, you find this stuff in the garbage, bring it home, clean it, and give it a paint job. That one as well, another trash to treasure find, just fantastic. Here is some something I designed for her when she was obviously just a little baby. Yeah, and we have more of the artwork and handmade toys, and yeah, this is, oh right, the biggest part of her room that is upcycled, of course, is her bed. And I do have a video tutorial showing exactly how I made this absolutely phenomenal bed out of an old appliance box, and the interior is pretty freaking amazing, so absolutely go check out that video as well. And at the end of the bed, yet another trash to treasure find, and more shelves that just needed a paint job. Yeah, across the hall, of course, my room. And I recently shared everything in my room, so I will just put the link below so you guys can head on over there and see all of the DIYs and everything, like my amazing ladder to wardrobe here, as well as, you know, the ladder bookshelf, and of course the amazing trash to treasure dresser transformation. But I think, actually, that's about it for my little Refashionista house tour. So there you have it, my little upcycle DIY Refashionista house. And definitely is full of my personality, I think. And I really do hope that it has inspired you to yeah, not toss something out, or if you do see something kind of cool by the side of the road, be sure to pick it up and transform it into something that is just your taste and style, and can be incredibly useful and awesome in your own home as well, as proven. Now, Please do let me know if you would also like to have a tour of my Upcycled DIY Refashionista little studio that I work from, and I shall get on creating that video as well. Also, any ideas that you guys have that you would like me to try to upcycle or refashion and create a video toot for you? Let me know down below. And as always, head on over to my Confessions of a Refashionista site for loads of rockin' tutorials, tips, tricks. Pick up my Refashioning 101 ebook, which contains over 100 tutorials, plus absolutely everything you need to start creating your own sustainable eco-fashion wardrobe, even if you have no idea how to sew. It is all in there. And yeah, until next time, I'll catch ya on the zigzag.